Ohio State, they got their scrimmage on. Kyle McCord and Devin Brown are obviously the two leaders in the clubhouse for that QB1 job. The way that it goes, or the way that we were told it went at Letterman Row, the Ohio State on 3 side, Devin Brown and Kyle McCord both sort of started slow. They didn't have a bad day by any stretch of the imagination, but just kind of took a little bit to get going. Said by the second half of that scrimmage, Kyle McCord was balling. Had a deep touchdown pass to Jaden Ballard, had what would have been a touchdown run. They called him down at the 1 so they could practice some of their goal line sets. Kyle McCord going into spring, a lot of people would have told you around that program that he was the leader, at least in the clubhouse, based on his experience and what he's brought to the table over the course of a couple years there and his leadership. The fact that he had a good scrimmage and sort of put some of that to his resume. Like, your tape is your resume. That's the way it is in college football. Men lie, women lie, tape don't lie. You can have a reputation, you can have respect. That's all important. But until you do it between the white lines in a competitive setting, a scrimmage doesn't mean a whole lot. So for him to actually put something on tape this spring camp in a competitive setting just continues to bode well for the Kyle McCord for QB1 campaign. Now, Devin Brown, make it very, very clear. Devin Brown is absolutely going to still challenge for this job. This is not a done deal. The way that it feels, it's still Kyle McCord's job to lose. He's still the leader in the clubhouse, but Devin Brown, with as talented as he is going to be a problem the rest of this spring. He is not going to go quietly into that good night. Make it very, very clear. Make sure you're subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel. Okay, the Hard Count, we're live right now. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure you got it locked in. Also, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, @JDPikel. Some other guys that impressed, a lot of the young weapons, man, they're looking pretty good. Jelani Thurman in particular, a 4-star tight end. He's a freshman. He's 6'6", 253 pounds. The buzz out of Columbus is they haven't seen someone like him at the tight end position in a minute down there. Like, catch radius is just stupid. Had a touchdown catch that I guess would have essentially been like a screen pass. They called him down at the 1, again, just so they could run a goal line play, but he would have scored in a competitive setting if it were an 11-on-11, game-like scenario. They're excited about him. They're excited about him. And again, this is just another guy that you would have to deal with Ohio State's offense. Think about all the weapons they're going to have. Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Egbuka, Julian Fleming should be a guy for you this year. If you add another big body in a Jelani Thurman, even though he's only a freshman, and Cade Stover's still tight end 1, you would imagine, if you add a guy like Jelani Thurman to be another problem for the defense, it's going to be a long, long fall for everybody else in the Big Ten. It's going to be nice for whoever ends up being starting quarterback too. So having a big target like Jelani Thurman, having him progress quickly, it sounds like, during spring camp, it's a good sign for the folks in Columbus. Now, the other thing that is probably the most encouraging in terms of intel for Ohio State fans, the improvement in the secondary. Now, it's not perfect. There were still some busted coverages. There was still a long touchdown pass, like I just said, that was completed against the defense. But they're encouraged with the frequency that they're getting pass breakups. Like Denzel Burke was an absolute stud his freshman year, was a little bit more of a rocky sophomore campaign. They're saying during spring football he's getting his hand on as many passes as he had during his freshman season. Like, they're really impressed with how he's progressed. A lot of just good things in terms of the secondary and the way that they are trending right now during the spring. And keep in mind, they have their hands full every single practice with that receiving core. Even if Emeka Egbuka is a little bit dinged up right now, even if Julian Fleming is dinged up right now, you still got to go toe-to-toe with some of the best recruits in the country, and a Carnell Tate and Marvin Harrison Jr. getting a couple reps in here and there. Like, you have your work cut out for you. So if iron sharpens iron, the secondary for Ohio State by the end of spring camp should be pretty sharp, but encouraged with how they're competing so far. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.